Today is the 31st July 2026. I'm doing another practice of executing on the plan that I have built yesterday. I now want to look at more of formats for game dev videos. I want to experiment a little with this. In this video I will look at currently my Voxel Art project that I'm doing. I'm trying to learn Voxel Art, and I just want to do kind of a little log style video where I just look into what I've done. And I feel a little bit nervous today about doing this for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's what it is. So let's start. So my issue right now, or not just right now, actually in the last years, like many years, like I don't know, probably in the past decade, for game development was that I'm not an artist. I'm a programmer. I'm not that good with 3D art. I'm probably better than I think, because I do have quite some time and experience with Blender, and I have done quite a bit with it. Like I think more than I'm feeling confident with. So a lot of let's not get there. My biggest issue with game development is that I struggle with making my own art. And right now especially it's more so an emotional issue. I'm kind of emotionally blocked of trying to really dive into learning 3D art and doing my art on my own and for myself, which I think I would really find very fun and like a very creative and enjoyable process. But I'm just very hesitant and very blocked of actually doing it and actually investing it and in feeling comfortable and confident in my abilities of making 3D art. So that's kind of like how I'm doing this YouTube practices right now. I kind of want to do also art practices, and I'm looking mostly currently in the voxel art because I think it's kind of an issue for me not to, because I will get back to it probably no matter what I do. And so my thought right now for my art project is I want to be mostly comfortable with it. I want to practice being comfortable and finding fun and enjoyment of doing small art projects. Ideally already integrated with some small game development probably. And so I just wanted to jump into something and make stuff. And for that I've started with doing this every day, and like my first approach was to just let Gemini create what we are seeing here, kind of just a concept scene. So I was going more for like a tavern or like a bar, like in an underground tavern, like a cave bar, cave tavern kind of style. And I just prompted Gemini to just create me a concept image of something like that in like a voxel art style. It was a little bit too detailed and a little bit too many people in, so I just told it, please generate me that same concept just without the people, and that's what I got. And so I just said, well, that looks kind of very doable. I mean, all of this is very simple furniture. The floor and like the walls were kind of a lot bigger of an issue, and like the project's not done yet. I'm still very much in the middle of it, but I'm just showing my progress. So this was like just the first images. This looks kind of very interesting, and I just want to do it. So I jumped into Godot, and well, before I'm working my own voxel engine, my own voxel editor for this. So I used my own voxel editor to create all of that, which that was quite nice to just use it and find some bugs with. So I created the bar, which I have very much referenced from like the image. I created it in a way so that it's already kind of split into certain sections. I have like these straight bar sections that I use on this sphere, on these four parts. Then I have like the corner element here. Then I have like here an end section and like a little door frame, and the door is like positioned so that it could like swing open, and we have like these two end corners are unique. And then I just put a plate on top here. We have like these drawers, they are the same, so we have like two times the same drawer there. Like here just the scene with like the cabinet here, and the doors are also set up so that I could just implement them a lot better. Potentially for some gameplay, and the drawer is set up so that I could make it so that it's actually a functional drawer. And they, in this case, so here we just have the assets. These are like just the voxel assets. I can like go into them. I mean, I will not here, and like edit them with my own editor. And then I just made the, of course, then also the pillars and the bench. We have like a straight part and like a corner part. And then we have the floor, which was, I had not a clue how I should like make this like floor pattern, which looked really nice. I thought this was what I came up with so far. This floor is basically I can potentially show this here. I can just make a new voxel stamp. That's the object, that how I called it. I could move this over. I can go here and create a new voxel data asset. I can make it, let's make it 64 by 64 and make it 1 high. And then I just set the chunk size for its internal chunking. I currently need to set it up manually, and I just set the scale to the voxel size, which I have a voxel size of like 2 voxels mostly set. And then I just go here for the stamp into my noise settings, and here I can basically create a noise. Let's see if this just, yeah, so we just created a very high level noise. So we can just give it a seed here, for example, so that it's every time we click on it, it has the same. Then we can just set what kind of noise type we want. So we want a cellular kind of noise. We potentially want to like increase like the noise frequency, and maybe here like the jittering here, so that we get such a noise pattern. We probably want a smaller one, something like this. And then here we can go into the gradient, and the gradient is what, so the noise just creates a noise from 0 to 1 on like the whole voxel area. And the gradient here tells basically what will be filled into the voxel data, and currently it's from black to white. And we can make the black here or the white here transparent, which would mean that some of the voxels would be cut out. And yeah, that's basically, let's remove the fractals, maybe make the frequency a little bit higher. Let's make this not black, but more like a gray. And that's kind of the way I now just play a little bit with the settings. We can just look at what were the noise settings here, potentially can just copy it over, paste the selection in, and then fill this, and then we see, okay, with the right settings, yeah, you use another return type, and well, no fractals, and a different gradient, and then we just get such a pattern. And I just created the floor with this, and underneath I just made yeah, so this is how I created the floor. Then in this scene I'm just meshing this scene. I'm just creating the base voxel models, but I'm not using the voxel assets themselves like as the voxel data representations for the end scene. I then export them in my, I can just here say export and just export them to a GLTF file. Then I just have imported them all here in this other scene, where all of the things here now are actually scenes from, if we go to the bar, actual scenes with like with static colliders and collision shapes, and the meshes as normal mesh instances. So now we just have them here all as normal game objects, or not game objects, but like game assets. And here we have a little bit more. We have like the floor, and we have underneath a block, like a whole block, and we have like the bar, how we already had. We had a little bit more of the pillars, and I already put, let's just not show the cave parts now. Let's just hide them. So we have the bar, we have like the benches, a little bit more of them. And this is like the main layout, for at least for this section. I'm missing the oven here, and I haven't done this section at all. Yeah, and then it was the question of, well, how do I do the rocky parts of the cave? That was a little bit more difficult to think about how could I even achieve such a look, because I don't want to build this in like voxel elements per hand. And so what I did, I basically just like used the scene and just in Godot say export as GLTF. So I just exported like kind of this layout here and brought it over into Blender. So here in Blender I can just, I then have this again here in Blender, so I just have the reference. Then I just put a box over it. I then have it very highly subdivided, and then yeah, I just extruded the door. I would have one door like right here next to the bar, and one door on this side. And well, then it's just, I just sculpted the how do I get there? Over. Zoom in. That was probably too much. Yup, that was too much. Okay. I wish there's there probably is like a first-person control in Blender. I'm still a little bit helpless, especially with the navigation inside of such a room. That's not easy, I found. Yeah, but then I basically just went in and used the sculpting, especially like the blob and the clay straps worked really well. And I just moved the whole parts here out and then just kind of tried to make them a little bit more rough. And then I imported, then I just exported again, then I exported again as a GLTF, just the cave part, and I went back into Godot and I imported the mesh, which has normal sets only to the insides, we don't see it double-sided, which only see it from inside, which is a little bit better here. But now we have like the inside here just as the mesh, and then I wrote a voxelization tool for like my voxel engine. So we have here another voxel part, and I can here link it to the mesh and then just say voxelize in this area, and it just takes the mesh and it just fills in all of the mesh parts as voxels. So it voxelizes the mesh, and this creates us, if we just add these four, I just made the four so far. I haven't sculpted the rest of the cave yet. But I think the result of that looks very organic, looks decent. I mean, it's not great and not very special and so far. So I want to do some shelves here, and I probably want to cave in here like we have it on the image here. So I want to do some shelves here, I want to cave in a little bit here. Maybe also here in the back, maybe not, but I would like to have like this kind of thing here, which would be cool. Maybe I should do this even in Blender a little bit. I'm not sure. We will see. Oh, now I'm in Blender. So, but yep, this is how I've done the cave part. Just via voxelization, just sculpting a little bit. This on top looks a little bit weird. I have to do in general the roof a little bit more, because currently it's just very simple. That here in the back is alright. I just have like an Omnilight inside of here. So the lighting's also not great currently. Yeah, but that's my current voxel project so far and how I've done it. From here, I would like to probably go and do a little bit more work on this. I don't know, I probably will not finish it completely. Like I think I will do the part that is visible in here. I'm not sure if I will make it kind of playable, like that you can just with a first-person controller go through and interact with a few stuff. I don't think I will go as far as that. With like this project, I probably want to just move on, and maybe I will not really finish this end part here or like this door part. But I hope at least I can finish this end section. I learned a little bit and it was fun so far. But I'm also running a little bit out of motivation at this part, so I'm not sure if I will actually finish this project or not. But I hope I can keep up learning and practicing and being more comfortable and enjoying myself and just having fun with a little bit of more making art and making game assets and getting into the habit of that through the projects. And yeah, we'll leave it at this. Have a nice day.